This is 12-2, factoring trinomials. We're going to review a minute. Factoring trinomials is basically the unit, and we're going to do things over and over and over again. Okay, so first of all, if I wanted the product, which would be the final answer, remember that it is x squared plus, well, actually not plus, how about minus 3x, because I'm combining a negative 6x and a positive 3x, minus 3x and minus 18. Factors, remember that I'm going to do the GCF out of the boxes, and I'm going to put an x here and an x here. X times what gives me 3x? 3. X times what gives me negative 6x? And then negative 6 times negative 3, so this is x minus 6 and x plus 3. Now, when I learned how to do this, it would be signs are different. And there's a positive and there's a negative, so, or there's a plus and there's a minus, so they are. And the larger looking value, 6 or 3, is negative, sign of larger. And that's something you can check as you go on. Write the numbers that give the sum of negative 5 and the product of negative 50, x squared. So when you asking that, it would be negative 50x squared here and negative 5x. And I need to do the factors of 50, 1 and 50, 2 and 25, 5 and 10. And if I'm doing a negative, the only way to multiply is to get a positive and a negative. And so I'm subtracting. That's 49, that's 23, and that's 5. There's my 5. I want to end up at negative, so the larger one has to be negative, so that would be negative 10x and positive 5x. And so my answer would be negative 10x and 5x. Write the numbers that give. I was looking someplace else. Now we're going to factor the trinomial, and this is multiply and add. That's how I always did it. Multiply to get 32, add to get 2x. And so I am going to put an x squared here, going to put a 32 here. My sum, which is my middle term, has to be 12x. My product is my first and my last, and then x squared, and I'm going to do (1) and 32, 2 and 16, 4 and 8. And then the next one is 8 and 4. And so this says same. This says larger. That's 33. That I'm adding them, and that's 18, and that's 12. So that's 4, and that's 8. But know that we have to have x's. And then when I factor, x squared has to be x and x. X plus 8 and x plus 4. So it would be x plus 8 and x plus 4. So this says, my antennas say the signs are the same. This says that they are, the bigger one is negative. Well, if the big one is negative, the little one's negative because they're the same. The sum has to equal negative 7, and the product has to equal 12. So negative 7y and y squared. And I put a 2y squared here, and I put a 6 here. Factors that are the same, so I would do 1 and 12 and 2 and 6 and 3 and 4, and then it turns around. That's 13, that's 8, that's 7. Here's where I need it. The only way to get a product of positive but a sum of negative is all of these are negative. So I would do negative 3. Oops, nope, sorry. Oh yes, negative 3y and negative 4y. And so I have a 2y and a y and a negative 2 and a negative 3. And so it's 2y minus 3 and y minus 2. If I check my middle rainbows, that's negative 3y. That's negative 4y, which is negative 7y. That's 2y squared. That's positive 6. So this is your answer. That is page 1 of 12-2, factoring trinomials.